conferences. What tools have these conferences given you as a basketball player, and how have you translated that and now into this Final Four run?
I probably just say the physicality. I think both conferences show you the length, the physicality every night. You know, being able to play through certain things or certain calls. I think that's kind of just prepared us to be prepared me to be in the Final Four. Well, really all of us. I think we went through ups and downs of the season. You know, when we felt like calls were being missed. No matter what, we always found a way to just keep playing through it. And I think the coaches put us through practice. We'd be fouling the heck out of each other in practice, but we know in games, you got to be able to play through that because sometimes refs might miss a call. So I think the coaches definitely helped us be successful with that. And then just playing in the conference like I was in last year kind of helped me with that as well.
And, you know, in that game against Illinois, you guys shot the three ball very well. If Michigan were to try to take that shot away from you as one of the main facilitators, on this team, where do you guys turn to next? What aspect do you turn to next?
I think we throw it inside the Tarris. I think he's been living at the line, drawing fouls, scoring the ball, and then I think us just being able to get the deepest float. I think being able to get 2 feet in the paint. I think at some point they're going to have to collapse, or else we're just going to take those shots, and I had to believe that we're going to hit a lot of those.
Tarris, Michael Corsi, the Sporting News. Could you take us a little bit through the timing of your decision to leave Michigan? Was that quick after they made the change and obviously the difficulty of the season? Did Dusty have a chance to retain you at all, or were you definitely out?
Yeah, as soon as the season ended, I was with my little brothers in the room, and I saw Coach Juwan got fired, and from there I feel like it was like a no-brainer in terms of the portal, and then entered my name. I hung around Michigan for a couple of weeks, and then they announced Coach May was going to be the coach, and I talked to him multiple times. I like Coach May, and he was just being super upfront with who he was bringing in, who he was looking at recruiting-wise. So I feel like just him being honest with me and I'm being honest with him, we just parted ways. So it was no bad blood, no bad intentions behind it or anything.
Right here.
Tarris, you mentioned Coach really want to see potential in you that you didn't even see in yourself.
Yeah.
When and how did you start to see that potential?
Yeah, towards the end of the junior year, going into March, where I really started figuring it out. I started my whole sophomore year coming off the bench and really just embracing that 6-man role. That was probably the most fun about it. Really just coming off the bench, being part of that second unit, bringing in heat and energy off the bench. So I feel like just embracing that role and coming into March Madness, just having fun with it. And I feel like that was the biggest thing for me, and that really helped me with the decision coming back my senior year, knowing, oh wow, I'm able to do this. What more can I do when I really put my all into buying into the system?
Jordan does at USA Today. A lot of people were under the assumption that whoever won Michigan, Arizona would be the national champion. Why are you guys able to not fall victim to that and be able to win tomorrow despite everyone believing that Michigan's gonna be the de facto champion?
We shot 1 for 18 versus Duke, down 19. Nobody in the country, in the whole wide world, thought we were going to win that game. But going into halftime, I kid you not, we're all looking at each other like, yo, we've been through this versus St. John's. The one mistake we did, we didn't go out with any honor, we didn't go out with any fight. So the second half, we promised each other we're going to go out with fight and honor no matter what the result is. And we knew there's going to be a slight chance that Duke's going to slip up and we're going to have a small window for us to really win this game. And we have to take advantage of the opportunity. Opportunity presented itself. We kept fighting, kept swinging for the fences, and we ended up winning that game. So I feel like going to Monday night, it's the same thing. People are going to doubt us, so I feel like we're going to go out with honor, go out with dignity, and go out swinging, win, lose, or draw.
Tarris, Dave Borges, Hearst Connecticut Media. You talked about you used to watch video clips of Adama. So that was something that Juwan first brought to you, right? And I think UCONN staff continued with that.
Yeah.
And how helpful was that to you?
Yeah, I watched sophomore year, watching it with Juwan and then my assistant coach, Coach Jay Smith. We were just watching UConn and Adama. I didn't think really nothing of it. It was like midway through my Michigan season, just watching how physical he was ducking in and how simple his game was and how effective it was. And that played a part of me coming to UConn. This guy that's dominant, 6'8", being this dominant. Imagine I'm 3 inches taller, long wingspan. What could I do? So Dom really set the tone in motion for a lot of recruits, future recruits like me. like see what he done here and all the accolades, he helped his team win. So I feel like down the road, it's gonna trickle in and get a lot more recruits that dominant center position.
Silas Demary, Daily Campus. You guys checked the box on limiting the turnovers, which has been something throughout the season. You guys had an issue about Michigan, one of the best defensive teams in the country. Just how do you guys limit the turnovers and be able to execute UCONN offense like you guys have done at parts of the season?
I think to limit our turnovers, we just got to be strong with our decisions and be confident with what we're going to do. Not be in like that middle ground of being unsure. Like, is this the decision I might want to make? Like, if we're going to make that decision, do it 110% and live with the results. I think when we do that, and we kind of just be strong with our decision making, it makes it easier for us. And like you said, I think last night we might have had one turnover in the whole first half, and then we had a few in the second half. But I think when we're just strong with the ball and decision making, and kind of just getting shots up instead of just having unsure decisions, it makes it easier for us to run our offense.
Jamal Murphy, Bill Roden on Sports. Tarris, we talked a couple times about having to improve mentally, on the mental side of the game. What does that look like, over the last couple of years? And was that a lot tougher than the physical side?
Yeah, I feel like Juwan always said the game was 80% mental, 20% physical, and I didn't really buy into that until literally this past year. I feel like being able to, in the crunch times, where to buy into the system. So when it's like it's second half, it's 3 minutes left, and you're dog tired. You remember that practice the other day you had where we doing drop touch chains, up, back up. You're dog tired. This tie game, blue versus gray, and you pull out that last bit of strength, last bit of energy to go win the game. So I feel like have that like mental resilience, like keep going, no matter what the circumstance is. And you see other opponents like tired as well. You're like, oh shoot, I still got to hold out the gear again. So I feel like having that like mental fortitude, that mental strength, really helps you so much in crunch time.
Tarris, going into the NCAA tournament, seeing that Michigan was a number 1 seed, did you ever think or circle in the fact that you might play them in Indianapolis, and what does it mean to go off against your former team in the national championship game? And also, you said that you went to UConn because of its winning culture and because that's why you made the jump. You wanted to be a part of a tradition of reaching this Final Four and reaching some of the college basketball's greatest moments. What does it mean for you to play in this game?
Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot to me to play in this game. So I feel like it's a blessing to me as a kid. You always want to play in the big stage, the big limelight. So like I said, coming from Michigan, being here, I figured though I was really focused on the East region because the East region this year was a gauntlet. So I really wasn't too worried about the other side of the bracket. Just really focused on the next game, and that was Furman. And then from there, everything else will take care of itself. But yeah, to be in this position is a blessing, and I thank the Lord. Thank the Lord every day for it.
This is for both you guys. I've been talking to some of the guys over the past couple of days. They told me about the white Vapor Max in the practice facility behind one of the baskets with the do not touch. I'm curious what that shoe symbolizes about this team.
That's Coach Hurley. I think that's Coach Hurley's lucky shoe or something. I'm pretty sure. I don't know the whole story behind it, but I know it's Coach Hurley's like lucky final something shoe about it. I gotta do more research, but I know it's something that like you don't touch it, you don't even go near.
Silas, Coach was talking about great players want to get coached hard. Have you ever been coached harder in your life? And being coached by him, has it uncovered new things you didn't even know about yourself?
Yeah, I'll probably say I've been coached like that. Like my dad was my coach, in like Little League when I played. So he was just as hard as Coach Hurley on me he was. But I think it's definitely like being coached hard definitely helped me tap into like the other side of who I am as a person. I think I've grown on and off the court so much this year. Like I think I became a better man. I became a better person, a better brother. Like I feel like I've grown so much with just growing mentally. I think on the mental side, I've just seen myself grow so much and really start to believe in who I'm becoming as a young man.
Do you feel prepared for tomorrow, I assume, because of that?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think this is the most prepared I've ever felt in my life, and like going into every game, I feel so prepared because of how the coaches prep us.
See your dad go hard in the stands, so I get it.
Definitely.
This question is for both Silas and Tarris. Coach Hurley referred to Alex Caravan as the babysitter of the team. As teammates of Alex, what
has it been like to be his teammate? Both of you guys, transferred in from other schools. Just playing with Alex, what has it been like?
Yeah, it's been amazing playing with AK. I think from the outside looking in, before I got here, I kind of thought he was like just a quiet guy, very off to himself. But it was the complete opposite. Just being around him those first couple of days, I was like, wow, he actually does talk a lot. Like he does a lot of things. But it's been amazing being his teammate and being in the locker room with him. You see why he is who he is. He's an everyday guy. He's always in the gym, always recovery. Like he's doing everything to the best of his ability. And you see why he's kind of the standard when you come into UConn. Like you see why he is who he is, why he's won. So you kind of just pick his brain and see the little things that he does. And I think the things he does has helped me become a better person and a better player, especially being here.
Last question.
Yes, when you're playing a tall team like Michigan, what's different about playing somebody with 7'4", 6'9", 6'9"?
I feel like that Miami's going to present a great challenge that we're going to be up to in the front court, and I feel like it's just going to be a great challenge. They're tall, they're lengthy, they can jump high. They're athletic, so but it's just going to be a great game overall. Knowing that they're going to have to guard our sets, we're going to have to guard them. It's going to be a great national championship game.
Silas, what about you? Driving to the basket.
Definitely you got to go with your best stuff to the rim. I think you can't go in there being soft. You got to try to go in there and finish strong, and then kind of for me, if I get in there and try to make them collapse and hit my shooters, AK, Braylon, Solo, J. Ross, just giving them the confidence. If I feel like if I can touch paint, I'm gonna try to kick it out and want them to capitalize on them open shots.
Thank you all.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.